This is the MMA Takes Podcast. With your host, Brian Petrie.
UFC 263. Here we go, babe. I got picks. I went to Indiana. I'm locked and loaded. I can't hedge. This is my winning card. I have it written out. I'm going to show it. Have you boys placed any bets?
No,
I did
this
morning.
DraftKings lineups.
Just DraftKings lineup. Christian, you placed this morning, you said?
Yeah. I got more than I normally do. I'm such a procrastinator, and we have legal betting, so it's like
you're going to do more.
Oh, you know me. You know me, Christian
Christian Costello. Hey, fucking Italian. Even though he's not Italian. Yeah, so I'm excited. I went. So my bankroll's not as fat as I would like it to be. I took some money out. I've had 2 mediocre weekends. So I really want to go heavy because it's a pay-per-view. It's Izzy. But I kind of reeled myself back in because, what happened last time, I went a little too heavy on him. But the problem is now that I'm home and I can't bet anymore, I'm like, did I do enough? Did I do enough with it? You know what I mean?
It's always a no.
It's always a no. So like my wife, when I came, they actually didn't go with me. I went by myself because she's getting ready with the mother-in-law, the in-laws in town and stuff. She was getting the house ready. And I come home and I tell her that. She's like, yeah, this live betting thing has me worried because you're just not going to stop. And I was like, you might be right. But I got the green money hat on, the green necklace. I told Timbo before, I'm coming prepared. Green shorts. We're talking money today, baby. Money. And that's what I want. So I am going to show my card here. I'm going to share the screen with you boys. Show you my betting card. We'll go over it. We'll see if we're different. We see if whatnot. So here we go. Christian, let me add you here. There you are. So I got 1.3 units on Adesanya. I'm minus 278. I wanted to go a little bigger, but I sprinkled a parlay with Figueiredo and Adesanya at 1 unit instead of just putting it all on Adesanya. I wanted to get Figueiredo in there. Well, you're getting plus 101 on your money. I'm confident in that. I think both guys are going to retain their titles tonight. Drew Dober, my mortal lock. Very confident in that as well. Carlos Felipe, who we are split on. Both you boys are on the dog Collier. Little known fact, though, Carlos Felipe, who I don't really like, dyed his hair blonde. And you boys know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know he's not a black gentleman, but you guys know how I feel about the blonde hair dyeing. He looked good. And then DraftKings did a free bet thing. If you bet $10, you get a free bet. So my free bet was Murphy and Peterson at plus 307. And then I did half unit on Lauren Murphy at plus 117, my underdog lock as well. And I didn't go too crazy with the props. My props were $25 on the under of Frivola McKinney. I figure one of those guys are getting it out of there early. And that's at plus 105. And then $85, 0.85 units on the under 4.5 of Diaz Edwards. That's the fight that scared me. I figured a lot of people are predicting, hey, Diaz is going to fucking cut him up. Or, Edwards is going to cut him up, or they're going to stop it that way. I can see that. I can see that happening. I also can see, Nate taking it to the later rounds and finishing it. Nate's not a guy that's going to finish you in the first round. He's going to finish you later on. That's the reason they wanted a 5-round fight. So that's my betting card. That's my card right there. What do you boys think of it? Who's got Oppo? Who we going?
Christian, I want to pick your brain on this because there were some pretty decent odds boosts on DraftKings and FanDuel.
So I went to FanDuel. I didn't even log into DraftKings. I did FanDuel and MGM. So this will be kind of fun because it's like, we got you on whatever boosts are out there. You're going to hear about them and how we're playing them.
I didn't get any boost. I didn't do FanDuel, but I didn't do any boost. I got a $5 free bet. That's the only thing I got.
You're gonna drive back to Indiana when you hear when you got the Dr. Disrespect Izzy via KO plus 300.
Dr. Disrespect, that fucking guy. I'm not a gamer. I think he's kind of funny though. I've watched some of his stuff. I'm just not a huge gamer though.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny. So yeah, the Dr. Disrespect boost is Izzy via KO plus 300. I know Tim wanted to ask me about something, but I did take that for half a unit on FanDuel. That's, I mean, with those boosts.
I was just wondering. I was just wondering if you had similar ones to mine, which I do have that plus 300 as well, and I'll be betting that. And my buddy who lives in Virginia as well said that there was I'm verifying it right now, but there was a bet for Nate Diaz to win that took it from, I believe, plus 380 to plus 550. I'm max betting that.
Was it FanDuel?
Yeah, FanDuel.
All right, I'll log in right now. I know it can be different.
No, I'm sorry, DraftKings. Excuse me,
okay.
DraftKings.
I did not in Ohio or Indiana, excuse me, because Ohio's not legal. I did not get that one because we said on the podcast, I think Nate's a great value, and if you're giving me almost 600, I mean, why not 6-1 on your money on a Diaz brother, the biggest star of the card? Wow,
I see that $10 one. We have that. Place a $10 bet and get a $5 free bet.
That's all I got. Yeah. And I ignored it. I deleted the email. I was like, who gives a fuck about $5? But then I went down there and the money started running thin in my account. I didn't want to deposit more. I'm like, well, maybe that $5, maybe that $5 might be worth it.
Oh no, there it is. Yeah. So Christian, if you go to
Murphy via sub plus 2,600, that's where you put that $5 on, and then parlay it,
I just did a parlay, man.
Paul Craig round 3
I'm not
or
a sharp
something.
like you. I'm not a sharp like you, Christian.
Christian, if you go on quick links on DraftKings and you go to Odds Boost, it's the dog of the day, Brendan Schaub's dog of the day, Nate Diaz to win. Yeah, it's from plus 385 to plus 550. Let me see what the max bet is.
Yeah, what's the max bet on that? It's got to be $25, right?
I honestly don't have any money in DraftKings. I let it all ride on the Nuggets last night and lost. So
the Nuggets.
That's why I don't have any bets in DraftKings.
Since I've started with DraftKings, I have not had to re-up. I've been just using house money at this. I've been winning. I've taken a little out. FanDuel's the same way. Every time I kept trying to get rid of FanDuel, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to DraftKings. I kept winning. I eventually that ship has sailed. I think I took some bucks out, but no, I pretty much lost all of it.
I don't know if this makes me a degenerate or smart, but that is my sportsbook tab. That's how many I have.
I say that's
and
smart.
That's not even all of them.
I say that's smart. I only have on mine. It's not as impressive. It's just this. It's gambling.
What's that one on the bottom?
Yeah, mine is also
MMA Junkie.
Mine is also gambling.
So basically, it's just you can't bet with them, but they have like the most up-to-date news. So like if someone goes out, they'll alert me before usually Twitter does. Mm-hmm. And I don't like sending notifications via Twitter. So
yeah, I'll you know what? I'll put this. I'm just keep showing it to the camera, but like I have already bet all of this. Wait, there we go. So that Dr. Disrespect, I bet all of this. So I'll just read it real quick. These are bets I like. These are bets. These are like my favorite bets. I'll serious. I mean, they're all, the biggest one is 2 units. So we'll just start with that one. That's Edwards. And then Hill, Craig, which you guys know I love this, under 2.5. And then Panny and Alexis Davis over 1.5. So it's minus 104 even money. And then I boosted it on MGM. They have a profit boost today. So it's plus 126. So that's so 1/2 is minus 104 and the other half is plus 126 because I can only boost 100. It's actually, something like that. So I boosted 100 and then put another at minus 104 or one unit. Sorry.
What's your biggest bet? You can do money. I do. I
don't care.
Everyone's like, do units and stuff. I'm protective a little bit of it because I don't want people to know what I got, but we're all friends here.
Yeah. So it's that. So it's Leon Edwards. And then Hill, Craig under 2.5 rounds, and then Panny and Alexis Davis over 1.5 rounds, and it comes out to even money. And then I also have I took, because of that Dr. Disrespect at plus 300. I also put because I'm picking Izzy, so I'm betting him. I put a half unit on Izzy via decision plus Leon Edwards, and that actually comes out to plus 200. So I got him via KO plus 300, and then Leon and him via decision plus 200. So
you take anybody straight, or are you doing props and parlays?
Frivola inside the distance plus 120. I cannot bet a straight bet that's like over minus 150. Well, I lost a boatload on the Korean Zombie. I bet to win a unit.
I keep saying chipping away, chipping a chair. If you play poker, Tim knows that you got to chip in a chair. I keep telling myself, because I used to be very obsessed with parlays, because it's like I could put $10 on an 8-fight parlay and win whatever. Like, it's very enticing. But then I kept listening to John Anning's podcast, and he's a big gambler. He's not allowed to do MMA, but he's like,
yeah, but he does.
You think he does?
Yeah, he slipped. I'll try to find it, but I've heard him slip before.
Really?
Because he's like contracted.
He's like,
I love betting.
Yeah. It was a podcast, a different MMA podcast, and he had a Freudian slip.
Because I know the first year they did the podcast, which I didn't listen to, he used to give out picks. Him and Florian would go head to head. And then the UFC stepped in and was like, hey, you can't really be doing that because you're a lead commentator, right? Some biasy. So they would have to have guests calling. That's why I got on. Now they got that Ian Parker schmuck who works for the PFL and does that show with the coach. But
yeah, I don't know who any of I mean, I know who he is. I guess I know of. No, I don't watch any like mainstream podcasts at all.
So,
like none.
Ian Parker, he's on the Anakin Florian. He used to be an MMA manager. He managed he had like Cage Hero. He had like a brand or something. Kind of fell out of the MMA community a little bit, moved to Florida from New York, got on as a guest on Anakin Florian, and then became a regular. Him and John became friends. They lived like 2 miles from each other. And now he got a job with the PFL with Coach Jonathan Coachman, who's been in WWE.
Oh, I like him.
Right. Yeah.
I've heard his together. Yeah,
they have a gambling show together, and Coach does he does all the other sports, and Ian Parker does MMA. And my biggest thing with Ian Parker is when he wins, he loves to tell you about it, which is fine, right? You win, you brag about it. You're allowed to do that. But when he loses, he doesn't own it. And you gotta own your L's. You got, and you gotta, and then if you're gonna celebrate big when you win, cool. But if you lose, you better be fucking upset. He'll be like, I missed it. No, dude, you better be fucking pissed. That's something you put money on. That's something that you gave to the world, and you don't give a shit. That's what my biggest issue with him is. I don't know if he definitely cares, but now with the PFL, he's just giving out chalk parlays. Everything's chalk, right? And I see a couple little comments on the MMA community, not too happy with him, because he'll win and he'll be like, I got a big brain, I'm smart. And it's like, yeah, but when you lose, you don't say nothing.
Yeah, that's that is common.
I only see it a little bit. I don't watch it. I was very impressed with the PFL the other night. I really like that. Their production
I didn't
stuff.
watch it.
I watched Bellator last night.
They don't watch
Brutal.
it. I think I only
so bad. The main event was so bad, dude.
Was Lima just not getting anything off? He's just being smothered? I didn't watch it.
Well, it's like he got taken down repeatedly, and then all leading up to this, he was talking about how he's worked on his takedown defense. Gave up takedowns super easily, and then off his back, he just laid there. It was so boring. And the guy on top didn't do nothing. The ref rarely stood him up. When they were finally on their feet, Lima didn't throw kicks. It literally, to me, looked like he was like, fuck, if I lose enough, they're going to release me from my contract and I'll go to the UFC. He didn't look like he wanted to be there at all. It was uninspiring. And then Paul Daly versus Jason Jackson was kind of boring. Same thing. Jason Jackson just kept taking Paul down. Paul Daly's had fucking 80 MMA fights and can't stop a takedown. And then Aaron Pico looked really good. It's the only fight of the night that was awesome. Aaron Pico fought a decent dude, Aiden Lee from England, and Pico looked great. Finished him in the third round with an anaconda choke. Great fight.
Yeah.
But that was it. Everything else stunk. The PFL was great. Tyler Diamond versus Brandon Longnaing. Awesome fight. First fight of the night. You had Clarissa Shields get dominated and then coming back like a bad bitch. A lot of people think that fight was fixed. The fix is in, I heard. Yeah, I don't know. And then there's another fight on PFL that I'm forgetting. Clay Collard. Clay Collard was in a really good fight, a really close fight. The guy who
did he win?
He won. Yeah, the guy who beat Anthony Pettis.
You were on that Clay Collard. That was you, right? That was on it early. Yeah, that against Pettis.
I actually bet him because he was plus 400.
That was your last 20 or last whatever in draft or FanDuel, wasn't it? You had it all right on Clay Collard, plus 400.
Because I drove down on a Friday or Thursday and was like, dude, plus 400 for Clay Collard's crazy. Bubba Jenkins fought on Thursday night as well. He looked great. That's another guy who was super underrated. He went to Bellator, did do so hot, was just a wrestler, and now he's really, really fucking good. And the PFL's got some studs, man. And I like
Pettis was supposed to headline that, right?
Yeah, he got sick, and they rebooked it for 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Yeah. So Cotter, who beat Pettis, was
none of their stars are like, they're just, it's like all these people, they're big signings. They're like, holy shit, we're not going to have any of them. We spent this money and we're just going to have random Russian.
Who?
Has Rory fought?
Yeah. Yeah. Roy's fought once.
Okay.
And I forgot who he dominated somebody in his debut. Forget who it was. But yeah, Roy's fought. That was a big signing. And he's the type of guy that like just wants to fight every weekend. He's crazy. And he's fighting soon. But then you got Clarissa Shields was a big signing. Kayla Harrison. I hope they don't put Kayla Harrison in there with Clarissa Shields because Kayla Harrison's gonna fuck her up.
They're not going. They're not.
I tell you what, Clarissa Shields, dude, on the feet, her punches were so fucking. I had seen her box a little bit, and obviously knew her name. Her punches were so fucking fast on the feet, dude. Like they were so good. Like it was
scary.
Her only issue was she was having problems with the range because of the kicks. She was getting kicked. The girl was a little bit taller than her and just throwing up kicks and leg kicks, so it threw her off a little bit. But when Shields uncorked that right hand, I'm like, fuck. That put anybody down, dude. She's a badass. I know a lot of MMA people wanted her to lose because it's kind of MMA versus boxing or whatever. Listen, Clarissa Shields fought a girl that was 3-7. Okay, Clarissa Shields is an incredible athlete. Boxing or not, her athletic ceiling. She's 26. She's in her prime. And she's got the balls to do it. No one else in boxing is gonna do it besides James Toney, who was like 50. Brain dead, and needed the money. You know what I mean? So. Big props to Clarissa Shields. I was impressed. And Sean O'Connell, who was the lead broadcast guy, was in the UFC. He was the guy that did the funny stare downs. Did you guys ever see him? You never saw that? Let me pull that
not
up.
that I know of.
I'm gonna pull that up since we have time. Yeah. So he fought in the UFC and he either knocked you out or got knocked out. Went to the PFL, won the tournament at 205, and then now he's the retired. And now he's the announcer there, and he's fucking good. I mean, he's not John Anik, but he's fucking good.
He's no Michael Chavello then.
Well, Michael Chavello can eat a bag
the best
of shit.
Announcer.
That guy stinks. All right, let's see here. All right, boop, boop, boop. There we go. I'm gonna move this down a little bit. Let me see if you guys can hear this. Can you hear this?
I can't stand that they call it. I can't hear it.
For the most epic cannonballs. But the thing they'll remember forever,
skip that.
The first of many vacations with their nephew.
Yeah.
Sorry, Timbo.
I don't want to hear about Verbo.
Yeah. You probably actually don't have to play the audio. We can just watch it. Because he had some pretty good fucking... I don't know whose video this is, but I don't like the intro. There he is. Talking about something. There you go. So he brought someone a pizza. Classic.
That pizza looks good.
Yeah, that's a good. This is my favorite one right here. No, this isn't the good one. Never mind.
Did they do a rock paper scissors?
Yeah. This is the guy.
I've seen this guy.
He booped this guy's nose. This guy was off the Ultimate Fighter. He's a country boy.
I think I remember this rock paper scissors.
He did not like getting booped. He did not like getting booped. I love what's that?
OC.
County,
I guess it is. And he's a classic. Oh, he's an opponent, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know.
This dude's got a smoking hot wife, too. Funny as ever. Either you're gonna knock me out or I'm gonna knock you out. There's him versus Vinny Magalhaes. I think this is the he's blowing bubbles.
This is pretty funny.
The paper rock scissors one was the best. And like he's calling for stuff. What the fuck is that? Oh, a pinata. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think I need it. He did the paper rocks. Oh, Ryan Jimmo, R.I.P. That guy's dead, man.
No shit. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he got ran over. He got in a bar fight, and some guy ran him over in his car.
No way. Damn.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's the paper rock scissors right here against the Aussie, Anthony Perosh. I won.
Gotcha.
Ross couldn't get it. Perosh's like, no, I won.
Oh, there's a
fucking
Latifi.
Latifi scanning, giving him flowers. Look at that. Dana don't like it. Dana's like, all right, guys. All right,
I love
it. Shared food with him? Yeah. So that I had to pay some respect to Sean O'Connell because give me my mouse cursor over here. Okay.
Damn, I didn't know Jimmo was dead. That's
yeah, dude. He fucking got in a little bit of a skirmish at a bar. They took it outside, and I think Jimmo kind of maybe walked away or something de-escalated, and the guy just fucking ran him over with his car and killed him.
He owned some type of record. It may be like quickest knocked out or something. Like he owned some. I want to say what's that big?
Jimmo I thought Jimmo was the dude with one boxing glove.
No, Jimmo was he did the robot.
Who's the guy who was the dude that had one boxing glove?
The one boxing glove was early UFC. That's Art Jimerson. So
Jimmer. Okay.
Yeah, or maybe it might be no, it's Jimerson. You're right. I'm right.
Okay.
But Ryan Jimmo, he has a really quick knockout. I don't know if he holds a record. He might have held the record at one point. But this dude's fucking robot is just off the
it's second to none.
Off the chain. There it is. You boys can see.
Oh, he did the splits too.
There it is. Boom. Look at this fucking
when
guy.
he did that, he knocked somebody dead really fast.
Knocked him dead. He was shredded. He was Canadian, shredded to shit, and apparently a really fucking nice guy. And just was sticking up for a buddy, or some guy probably tried him and then fucking ran over him in his car. It's fucking ridiculous. All right, so Timbo, what are your bets tonight, bud? We got a little. I like getting off track because I'm just trying to kill time at this point.
So I've got 50 going so far. I got 50 spoken for. I'm definitely doing 25 for Nate Diaz. I said I'd do more, but I'm pretty sure this is only going to let me do 25. But it's 25 to win 162
with that prop.
Yeah, at plus 550 though. We'll see how the night. Because my thing is, I love to do live betting.
MMA is one of those best sports to really. I'm such a gut guy, and like my buddy when Nate Diaz came out against Conor won. My buddy, who's a huge Conor fan, looked at me and was like, "Nate's winning." It's like, don't you fucking say that. It's like, no, dude, Nate's winning. And it was a gut thing, and sometimes you get that gut thing. I'm not always right, but it'd be nice.
I really just tail Christian and usually do pretty fucking well. He put me on Biggie Boy last week, and that hit pretty well for me.
That was a good hit. That was a good hit right there.
Yeah, our styles are just like my style is so much different. It's like, I'm out here mowing the lawn. I'm not really thinking about the fights, and because I can bet whenever I want to bet. It's like I put all these ones in. But yeah, it's like I just, you watch them walk in, you see how they look. Like it's crazy. Like Molly and my mom are both so good. They see somebody walk in and like they can read it, like that women's intuition. That I'm like, oh, like I remember when Dalby came in, like he was like plus 380, and I was like, he has had like drug and alcohol problems. She's like, he's sober. She's like, I can tell, I know.
Yeah.
And I bet him. It's like ever since then, I was like, whatever. Yeah. If one of them has a read on, they're like, oh, something's wrong with them. I'm like, fade.
I love it.
My other one that I have is this five legger, 25 to win 244. And this is what I talked about with you boys. It's Lauren Murphy, who's the only dog I have at plus 116. Drew Dober, and I'm getting slightly less and less confident in Drew Dober for some reason. Just shit I'm reading online, but I'm gonna stick with it. Bilal Muhammad, he's definitely got to be put in there. Figgy at minus 200, and then Izzy at minus 255. I mean, that's 25 to win 250. I'm liking that pretty well. And then I'm definitely gonna put I don't know if I'll max it out, but at least 10 on fucking Izzy by knockout at plus 300. That's just too good a value not to, because I don't think he wins otherwise.
Figgy's getting close to 175.
Yeah.
Izzy?
Figgy.
No, I'm talking about Izzy.
Izzy
at plus 300 for a KR knockout on FanDuel.
I got Figgy at, what does it say right here? Oh, I don't know. It's a parlay. I got him at like 200 something on DraftKings, and then when I got home, he's at plus 190. Or excuse me, minus 190. And now Kristen says live 175.
Well, he's 210 back. I just said didn't do DraftKings, but I just looking at best fight odds, and he's as good as 175.
Well, he was 285 2 days ago. Right? I mean, so like people love Brandon Moreno. They love that fucking.
Look at the line movement. It's like
they're gonna lose some money on that, man.
And then look at the weigh-in stuff too. He had like 40 seconds to weigh in, and there's a video of him like crying on his way to the scale. Like he's like crying.
I didn't see that video. I gotta see that video.
Weight, and he always looks bad because he's a big 25er. But
Blows
it wasn't.
up.
I mean, it didn't alarm me or anything. He didn't pass out or anything. And I think he's.
Can you see that screen?
For blood, huh?
Can you see that screen?
Oh,
you might have
sorry.
to
Let me
put
add
it through.
it. Yeah, let me add it up, bud. Sorry.
Look at this line movement. This is wild.
Let me add.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
yeah.
Sorry.
That's fine.
There you go.
Like what happened? Other than he looked kind of like a skeleton.
Is
like
that
he
minus
always does.
243 at the
minus
highest?
245 to minus. Yeah, so it's sat at minus 250 until you can see where it upticks. It's like, what? Does somebody know that we don't know?
Jeez, old Pete's. Yeah,
it's one of like the
something.
I'm all here for it. Though. I haven't put him in yet, thankfully, but I think Figgy gets it done.
Yeah, I've got a Dober Figgy parlay plus 146. Actually, you guys were talking. We're all like Laura Murphy. Brian was on that early.
Yeah.
I have a Collier Luigi Vengermini Murphy parlay, just $20 at plus 935.
It's not bad.
Like
Collier obviously scares me because Felipe's got blonde hair, and that's just a hard hitting analysis you're gonna get from me. But
shit, just swap out, to put Felipe in there and it'll still be plus 700.
That's true. Collier, how about this? Go ahead, Timbo.
I was going off topic actually, but I was wondering about this boost on DraftKings, and these DraftKings boosts are pussy, by the way. They're like 20 points, 25 points.
They're really light. That like for big pay-per-view and being a partner with the UFC, they're really light this week with boosts. I feel like.
Yeah, like the Nate Diaz one is dope, plus 380 to plus 550. But they got one where it's a Jamal Hill, Paul Craig under 2.5, and then this is the one I'm skeptical about. Luigi and ZM also has to go under 2.5, and that's plus 225. What do we think about this Luigi fight? Are we is this going under?
Christian and I, we all picked Luigi because Fair ZM is a little one-dimensional, and Christian locked him up as an underdog lock. I think Luigi's 1-1 in the UFC. He's fought some good competition. You know, he's
minus money now.
Yeah. Oh, he's minus money?
Yeah.
Christian moving lines, dude. You see that flex? He flexed a little off screen, but he's moving lines.
Oh, here we go.
There it is. Look at the cannons.
Jeez.
Skinny boy muscles, man. Look at that. I have thick skin, so you can't even see my shit, dude. My shit's just fucking. Hold on, let me go this way.
Carm.
Hulkster. I hurt my arm. But if you guys were here, you would feel the fucking bowling balls. That's for sure. That's what I call the bowling balls. Call them bowling balls.
Thick, like a buttermilk pancake.
Yeah. So Luigi is a guy I looked at to bet, and I got scared a little bit. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think it's a toss up fight. I think the line's right now. I think the line was a little off earlier because Fair ZM's 1-1 in the UFC. In both fights, he's looked like shit, in my opinion. Dom Match took him down. He's not a wrestler, laid on him. And Jamie Malarkey took him down, laid on him. He didn't have an answer for either of those guys. Somehow won the Malarkey fight, which I don't think he won. And Luigi, you know, he's Italian. He's Christian's Italian brother. By the way, we got a comment on the last time we did it that you're getting a lot of looks. So Timbo early on was Drake, you know, Tayshaun Prince. He's getting all these things. Some guy said Christian looks like Gerald Merskart. And I said, we actually think Michael Chiesa.
That before.
Huh? You said that before?
Oh, shit. Yeah, absolutely. Gerald Merskart is, yeah, absolutely.
So
I've said that.
Any white dude with a beard is what Christian looks like. And that's pretty cool, dude. You got that just regional, just everyman look. You know, no one looks like me. Who the fuck looks like me? No one.
You're in the Drew Dober, Marvin Vittori, and
I'm in that category. You also
absolutely.
thought Romanov, the big Russian heavyweight, you thought he looked
absolutely, him too.
A little bit like me. I showed my wife.
And your wife agreed, I believe.
She did agree. There was this guy, my wife's parents are divorced, and her dad, he's not around a lot, her real dad. And he texted my wife years ago, probably like 2-3 years ago, and was like, "Hey, you guys watching American Idol?" We're like, "No." And he goes, "There's this guy in there. He's got to be Brian's twin." And we looked it up, and my wife was like, "Oh my God, that's you." Or maybe it was the voice. I don't. Oh, here.
Remember his name?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. Well, I should just do it on a computer site. Share it.
Baby.
Show the world.
Show the world.
Yeah, it was The Voice. Excuse me, not American Idol. And he's a country boy, big guy. Let me find yeah.
Oh, I have a play I really like that I can
Share it. So I can find this guy.
So I'm on Jamal Hill knockout. Like I'm all over that fight under. Like if that fight goes the distance, like, and if Nate Diaz wins and that fight goes the distance, like I'm gonna have to go to the soup line.
And also, yes, I see it for sure.
So that's not. So most of his pictures, he's got like facial hair and shit, and I don't have a beard, so I can't do that. That's him with his tattoo right there. But I mean that's when he was. Maybe he was an American Idol. Fuck, I don't know what he was on. But there he is.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Some singing show.
I look like that. There's another Dexter Roberts.
Jerry Springer.
Yeah, it looks like Jerry Springer.
I thought it was Jerry Springer.
It looks like him a little bit, yeah. No, that's just another random Dexter Roberts.
Brian, Tim, what's your guys send them home? PointsBet has this cool, like you can bet your guy and under, like so you can like parlay it, like you can like it's almost like teasing or
Right.
without the tease, but
mine is
it's like
Izzy, I believe.
Tim's is Izzy and mine's Figgy.
Okay, so you could. This is why I've really
Jamal
started.
Hill. I almost took Jamal Hill by finish. I got too scared. I feel like
You could.
Paul Craig's catching something, man. I don't know. Got nervous. I avoided that fight, even though I really like Jamal Hill.
You could take Izzy and under 2.5 plus 270. Izzy over 2.5 plus 102.
I forgot to mention.
What was yours?
Mine's
What was yours,
Figgy.
Brian?
Mine's Figgy.
Oh, okay.
That dude's coming for blood. He's a savage. I also
So
forgot to
good.
another bet that I have and you guys have as well. $20 bet between CC and I, Andrew Stewart. He's got Stewart. I got Eric Yaboy. And then Timbo, I believe you have, is it the Diaz fight? That you guys,
Diaz, baby.
the Diaz fight.
If Diaz wins, I'm having a good night.
And yeah, if Diaz has a good night, Timbo's having a good night.
When we get into DFS, I'll explain why.
We'll do it.
Wait, you could bet this. I love this. You could bet Devinson Figueiredo under 2.5 plus 165. Devinson Figueiredo over 2.5 plus 185. That's way better than minus 210.
Yeah. I don't.
It's like just bet them. Bet them both
why
ways.
would you just not bet them that way? You know,
just bet it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
You
why
could
like,
bet it
I
minus
think,
210 straight,
think
or just bet them over and under.
Books are gonna get smart, and they're eventually gonna like cap if when you bet women's fights for it to go over, because the over could be minus 400. But if a guy's got 100,000 in his bank, who fucking cares? He'll bet that. I mean, most women fights go to the decision, and they're gonna have to cap that. I'm telling you, most books are
$4,000.
Yeah, like most caps are gonna be that's free money. You know what I mean? To a guy who's really dealing, who's really got cash.
All those scam cappers, FanDuel put out a line, and it was Tisha Torres, Sam Hughes under. It was like even money under 1.5, and like I'm not gonna name names, but a very popular capper like the charges for picks is best fight picks. Yeah, best fight picks. What's half the battle? That guy. He put it was like. He stinks. He's on the broadcast sometimes, but
is he? Okay.
He was like a 7-unit play on the under 1.5 and on the over 1.5, and it, like that was that or whatever it was. She just got her ass beat, and Tisha Torres finished her. It was pretty funny. I just
funny. That is,
I have nothing to do all day.
There's a guy. I believe he's Australian. Magic something. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who. Yeah.
And he's like he's like a pretty big capper. People respect his picks and stuff. He put 5 units on Lima to win. Claimed Lima's the best welterweight in the world, which offended me because it's Usman. Put 5 units, which his units are probably more than $100. I gotta imagine, and then put like another multiple units on Jason Jackson to win by knockout over Paul Daly. Who the fuck's knocking out Paul? Nick Diaz is the only guy who's knocked Paul Daly out. Like, Jason Jackson's not knocking anybody out. He won. So if you would have bet that, cool. But by knockout, like, and this guy is a sharp, I'm like, I kind of subtweeted him a little bit. He doesn't follow me, so it doesn't matter. But I subtweeted him a little bit. I said, hey,
here we go. Bet in live on the show. I'm going to go 50 on each side. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I'm just going to take that 50
Let's
on
get
the...
it.
Here,
show
it again.
It's $100.
You're solo, man. Let's see it.
Solo, baby.
There he is.
So so I'm gonna take. That's points bet. Sorry, my nail ripped off. So I got that band. Yeah, dude.
Finger.
Check this out. Check it out.
Do we need to go parental advisory real quick?
What happened there?
Oh, you can't really see it. It's no, it was on a laundry basket. I'm so used to it,
dude.
But you can see it there. It ripped.
Flip off that, dude. One of the worst pains I've ever felt in my life. Living with 8 friends. I'm 21. I'm an idiot. I have a job, but that's it. I'm in sandals and I'm like squaring up with my buddy, like he's trying me, and I step forward and he had boots on and I had sandals on, and my toe caught his boot and bent all the way back, my big toenail. And I was like, oh, and it's just hanging there. And like his girlfriend was a nurse. She's like, you gotta pull it off. I was like, fuck you.
Oh,
I'm taping it. Glue it. Let's glue it. She's like, no, you gotta pull it off. So she sat there on our front porch, and everyone had their fucking little flip phones out. This is a million years ago, filming me get my toenail ripped off. And that hurt. That didn't feel good. But the recovery process, like showering, putting my boots on because I had to go to work, dude, fuck me. And then when I've never wore jewelry before, and ring avulsion, I don't know if you guys know what that is. When you wear a wedding ring, that's why a lot of people wear rubber wedding rings, because
I do because of work.
Right, because work, like a lot of guys at my work, we work the same job basically, and they wear rubber because it can rip your fucking skin off, dude. Let me. Jimbo.
So on Saturdays I usually switch to my metal one, but I was doing yard work. But
what's up? What are you laughing about? Oh, dude.
Yep. I can't take it. Dude, that can happen if your metal wedding ring gets caught. It happened to Jimmy Fallon. So I got this, and I told Erica, she's like, you're wearing a ring. I was like, okay, I'll start with this one. It's cool. It's black, whatever. My first day back at work, I'm not even kidding you. Our doors slide open to get to the back where the packages are at. My finger caught the sliding door and like drug it back. I was all awkward. I like screamed like a little girl thinking I'm losing my, like it was fine. I was fine. Nothing. It didn't pull me that hard, but I'm like, people in the neighborhood were like, what is up with this guy? But dude, it's nasty. I saw Christian's ring. It looked, is that metal or you got rubber on it?
No, I have one of each. So I'll switch when I go like out or whatever. This is just a rubber one, but I'll put the metal one on because I'm not, I'm just betting the fights.
Right.
So
they told me this one is carbon fiber, and it's easy to break, so you can break away. Like, so if it does get hooked on something, it was in the little book we ordered it from, it was catered to like guys in my profession, construction guys, yada yada. So so I got this, and it's a lifetime warranty. So if it does break, they'll send you a new one. Haven't had it happen yet, so thank God. But yeah, dude, when Jimmy Fallon said ring avulsion, I didn't know what it was. I looked it up. I about threw up. And I told wifey, I was like, I don't know if I'm wearing fucking a ring. She's like, no, you are. Funny enough, my wife swells up now because of kids. She doesn't wear a ring, so joke's on that. Her fucking hands swell up. All right, let's reel this back in because we're having too much fun. Timbo, give me your DFS, bub. Christian, are you doing DFS?
I will. I mean,
fuck it. Hey.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to.
Tim and I had a blast when we did the DFS show. Like you were busy, so we did it. And
I think it was.
We just got robbed.
Really yeah,
it was fun.
I tell you what, dude. Call me cheap, call me what you want, but I'm not playing any more $25 ones. I'm not on DraftKings, and not with the shit that keeps happening every week when fighters fall out. Like
I don't. There's
nothing you can do about it.
I don't.
I like the $1 or $2 or $3 ones, like the GPP. I mean, you can still win $100,000 on a $1.
Oh yeah, yeah. These I'm in a bunch of these $3. What's up?
Hey DraftKings. Hey FanDuel.
Let me tell you something. You're suspect.
Did you guys hear that?
Very.
Because
they're about to get illegal in some states.
Because
I think
last week they had hours to take someone off. And they're like, sorry, we're not going to do it. What? What are you talking about? Hours? Like maybe like even a couple minutes. Like, hey, reopen it. Let people, like, you're taking people's fucking money essentially. And I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Granted, I've never been. Exactly. That's what I was just about to say. I've never been fortunate enough to be on the other side where like the guy who's owned by 35% of people is now out and I don't have him. So now I've got like a 65% chance of winning.
Right.
But So I'm doing like 4 like the $3 ones, and I'm like 5 of the $1 ones because first place you still win like 10 grand. I'll take it. Shit.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Where do you find the salaries at? I guess I have the app. I'll just fire it up on my phone. But I'll build. I'm gonna do FanDuel though because I literally lost all my money on the Nuggets game in DraftKings. So I don't think I'm gonna use DraftKings anymore. Their odds stink. Their promos stink. You saw what PointsBet has. I'm like, why would I? Like, why?
I can't wait to get other apps. I know I can use Barstool now in Indiana. But
you lucky bitch. Damn.
We don't have that here.
But they don't have fucking any, like, they have great props and great parlays but they don't pay any attention to MMA. They got fucking door cut, you know what I mean? So it's like, it'd be awesome if I bet like other sports, but the MMA is lacking. So I have it on my phone. I don't have it. I had it on my phone. I have the Barstool app on my phone.
Question, does Barstool have a MMA guy?
Yeah, Robbie Fox. He's also the Star Wars guy. He's also the fucking comic book guy. That's my biggest beef is like their baseball guy they got, Jared Carabas. That dude lives baseball. That's all he does. Like he comes out during baseball season. That's what he does. This guy is a huge wrestling fan. And my biggest complaint with him is say there's a UFC and a wrestling event on the same day, like WrestleMania and UFC 300. Like it's never going to happen. Or a new Star Wars movie's coming out or whatever. The UFC's coming in third to him. He's going to do those Star Wars, then he's going to go wrestling, and then he's going to do, like, he became an MMA fan because of Connor. And I used to fucking go after him on Twitter. I used to, when I know I
dig for these.
I followed him on my personal account. It wasn't MMA Takes. And I would just, like, tweet at him, he'd be like, oh, look how cool Baby Yoda is or whatever. I'm like, hey, you realize there's a UFC fight going on right now? You fucking idiot. Why don't you cover what you're getting paid for? But yeah, that's the only guy they got, and they got a box, like he covers boxing too, and they got another guy. But yeah, they don't really have much. And yeah,
sounds like opportunity.
Well, I don't know if I ever told you this. Many moons ago, before Barstool was huge, I didn't read Barstool. It was literally just a blog. My buddy sent me a thing where Big Cat, you know, one of the big guys, was like, "Hey, we're looking for MMA guys. If you know anybody, let us know." And I was just finished writing for Bleacher Report, so I wrote him like an article, like real jokey and funny of like what I would do. And I sent it to him and he responded back. He's like, hey, I think this is pretty good. I don't know anything enough about the sport. Let me pass it on. Let me see what we can do. And then I never heard from him, but he responded back. But yeah, cool. I think they need a better present. Like I think they're doing like a watch party tonight for this UFC. I think Robbie Fox tweeted that out because they do live streams for like hockey and stuff. And no one cares because half the time he's not talking about MMA. You know what I mean? You need a guy.
I'm a big Barstool fan. I never hear them talk about UFC at all.
Never. Yeah.
I've never even heard of Robbie Fox. I mean, so maybe I'm not that big of a Barstool fan, but
yeah, he has his own. He has a podcast called My Mom's Basement, and it's basically like he's interviewed Dana White. Dana White really likes him, and he's been to the UFC headquarters, and he's got presses from the UFC before. But his podcast is basically about like the punk rock bands he's into, and like. It's just I want somebody at a place like Barstool that lives and breathes this shit like we do, right? And gambling in general. He doesn't gamble. I don't even think he's 21. I don't know if he can even fucking gamble. He's young. He's probably 21 now, but you know, you just need somebody there to fucking do it. Like Ariel Helwani going to the Action Network. It's like
that's what I was just thinking.
That fucking dude doesn't.
Apparently, that's not a done deal yet.
Yeah, I think they've agreed to everything with him, but I think I've heard, my sources are Reddit. I heard that there's someone last minute coming in right now at the table.
Well, so Locke announced it, and he knows he knows Ariel personally,
right?
Because he announced it, and I was like, bro, like I screenshotted our group chat. And it was like Sunday. I was like, my guy told me. I was like, this is old news. I thought.
Yeah, I saw it on Reddit, and it makes sense because Darren Ravel is a big Helwani fan, and Ravel's at the Action Network, and they just got bought. And they for like $200 million, so they have a lot of money right now. Like some other big company bought them, so they're doing okay, so that they can meet Helwani's demands. But the problem is like fighters went on. Like Ariel's still a name; he's still going to get big fighters, but a lot of managers don't like him now. He's only going to get certain guys, and he doesn't gamble. And you know, and I think the only people watching. That's what I didn't understand. Yeah, the only people watching him now are the ones tuning in to watch because him and DC have. You know, DC's great. You could put anybody with DC. So I'm not sure what ESPN's going to do. They got to fill that hole.
Chael too.
Chael's great. They got to fill that gap there. I don't know if I think Okamoto's good at what he does with the reporting and stuff. Good looking guy, well-spoken.
He's not much of a personality, though.
Nah, right. He might not. He's not like the hot button guy. So there's this guy on MMA Fighting, Mike Heck. Everyone's throwing around there. I don't know if I don't really.
I've heard him on podcasts. He's
I've never. I think I've seen a couple of his videos. I think Joe Osborne would be great. Joe Osborne works for Odd Sharks. He sometimes pops on whatchamacallit. He's a sharp. He does, but the thing with him, he does everything. He bets everything. So I don't think he could just focus in on MMA. Like he's just not just an MMA guy. He likes to bet everything, but he's really good.
So essentially, he's Tim because he bets everything every day.
Because he fucking cleans up.
You too.
He cleans up during basketball too. Like I see him on Twitter, and obviously I don't bet basketball, but he's got baseball every day. That's what he does for a living. And he's funny too. He had a tweet the other day that was really funny.
Living
it was
life,
about
man.
like life, but it wasn't about whatchamacallit. See if I liked it. But let's get this motherfucking DFS going.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys that? Wait, this is the last prop that I have. I know before we go into DFS.
Oh, yeah, you said that. Yeah.
So
sorry.
on. This is the one I wanted to say, but Paul Craig via sub. And instead of taking him via sub, you can take him in rounds 1, 2, and 3 and just split it 3 ways. So I've got $10 on each of them. Plus 900, plus 1600, plus 2000.
Since you always correct me on names, I'm going to really need you to pronounce it Craig because...
Paul Craig!
Hold on. Have you guys been seeing this Hasbulla guy?
I don't understand it. So I don't get it.
He's an 18-year-old, smaller. I don't,
I think they call little people.
Gary
Isn't
Coleman,
that the term now?
Emmanuel Lewis type deal, and he's fighting this guy from a different Russian country that's like a singer. But there's this funny ass fucking video that came up, dude. This is my Twitter.
Is it with the kicks?
Yeah. That shit is so fucking funny to me, dude. Because I was at the press conference. He kept trying to get to the other little guy, and he's fucking swinging and kicking. He's getting blocked up. No, so this dude's from Dagestan. His nickname's Minnie Khabib.
Yeah, I've seen his videos
several times. I saw a video months ago where this guy had his phone, so he fucking snuck up to him and took his phone and straight punched the dude in the face and started running around. I was like, oh, that little kid just punched. And then I find out he's fucking 18 years old. And I'm like, shit, that's just so funny to me.
I'm going to go grab a beer real quick.
Yeah, go grab a beer, man. Do it. I wish I could drink. Man,
I'm definitely going to have me a few tonight. Once 6 o'clock comes, I'm popping the top, baby.
Popping the top. I told wifey, she's always wanted to see me drink. Like I got drunk, maybe not drunk at her wedding, because at the wedding, dude, there's just so much going on and pictures and stuff that you drink and then you take breaks, and you drink, you take breaks. I'm not that big of a drinker, so it's like, if I'm going to get drunk, I need to sit down and I need to fucking hammer it out. And then once we start dancing, sweating and stuff, forget about it. But on our engagement party, we had it at a brewery. Or I'm serious, it was a wedding shower. We had Cincinnati's got some sick breweries. And there's like ping pong, and they play wiffle ball in there and stuff. It's awesome. Huge place. And we went there, and I got pretty drunk, and I get mean, dude. Like, I got fucking mean. Like, we stopped on the way home. I was driving. Don't do that, kids. And we stopped at this little window taco place, and they have these little tacos called Turtles. Really good place, right? And she's drunk she's hammered drunk. She's in the car. I pull up. I get out. I order it, and like I'm just yelling at her in public. What do you want? They don't have that. Like, blah, blah, blah. Don't get the same thing, because I like everything plain. So I'm like yelling at her for getting what I'm getting, because they're gonna mess my order up. Like, and we get home the next morning. This is obviously before we're married, and we get back. We had lived in a little 2-family, and she's like, "Yeah, I didn't really like how you treated me last night." I was like, "Well, you're the one who's always wanted to see me drunk. There it is. And now I don't feel good today, so now I'm even gonna be mean today." Because that's the problem with drinking for me, dude. It's not like I'm a straight edge and this and that. It's just, no matter how much I drink, dude, I get sick the next day. No matter what. No matter what it is, dude. I've tried liquor. I've tried beer. I'm more of a beer than a liquor guy. I've tried everything. And I just one day in my 20s, I woke up sick. And I just was like, I can't do this anymore.
Never again.
Never again. And then I've obviously drank there. Like I can go out and have a beer or two. Like if we ever all get together, I'm gonna have a beer or two. But I've noticed if I go past a certain number, I'm fucked and I'm just miserable.
When we all get together, which will be soon, sooner than later.
Which is the world's opening up. So yeah, because I told my buddies at work, they're all fucking booze hounds, and we were going to go to Vegas for the Conor fight. And then it all fell apart. And I said, listen, before we were making the plans, I said, here's the thing. Because we've had get-togethers, and they're all boozing, drinking, trying to get me to drink. I'm like, no. I said, if we go to Vegas together, you're going to see drunk Brian. You're going to see me drunk because I'll get one of those fucking guitars filled with that slushy, cheap bourbon. I'll drink the whole fucking thing, get wild. I'll be getting those cards from the little Mexican ladies calling prostitutes up. We're going to have a good fucking time. Those fucking women just like grandmas sitting there handing out cards and shit. I talked to a buddy at work, an old guy. He said he called one of those numbers, right? And they have pictures of girls on there, like call Skylar or whatever the fuck. So he called, right? Horny guy, single. He's like in his 30s. And he's like, fuck it. I'm in Vegas. Why not? So he called him, and it's this pretty blonde, whatever. This woman showed up, toothless.
Oh, she showed up.
Oh, yeah. He called and was like, hey, I want a little action tonight, right? Showed up toothless. And he goes, ooh, you don't really look like your picture. She goes, no one looks like their picture. She walks in, sits down. He said she reeked, stunk of BO, had glitter all over, probably just coming from a previous fuck. And he goes, yeah, I just don't really think this is, I don't really want to do this anymore. She's like, well, I came all over here, so you got to pay me. And he goes, okay, what do you want? She goes, well, it's $50 an hour. And he's like, that's it? Oh, you poor thing. 50.
Damn.
He said he gave her 100. He's like, I feel so bad.
What a good guy.
50 an hour? She probably upcharged him. She's probably only like $20 an hour.
Yeah, really.
The way she was describing her. My sister, let's get deep. My sister, she was a prostitute. And yeah. So she moved it. Yeah, right. So she's my middle sister. She lived with my dad and then came with us and went back to my dad, did the whole back and forth thing. She came and lived with us when she was 21. And she told my mom, and my parents they're conservative, but they're pretty progressive. She told my mom, hey, I'm a stripper. That's how I make my money. Is that okay? My mom's like, yeah, it is what it is. She was a skinny, pretty girl. And then her stripper friends started hanging around. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm an 18-year-old kid. Like, fuck, yeah, let's go, 18, 19. These girls were dog-ass ugly. Dog ugly. And I go, there's no fucking way these girls are strippers. There's no fucking chance. There's no way. So then I took them to the mall one time, and then the cat came out of the bag. They told me they were prostitutes. And I'm like, fuck.
Oh, shit.
So this isn't good. So then I had to tell my mom, and yeah. So it got a little weird there for a little bit, but yeah. Then she went to court. She stole some money from one of her Johns. Like he would write her a check, and she would force the check to a different amount and stuff. And yeah, dude, it's hopefully none of my family members are watching. I'm outing everybody, but let's go. Fuck it. She did it.
All good, baby.
I'm allowed to talk about it. She's the one that did it. Yeah, she's had a crazy life. She is. Yeah, that's just one. I could literally write a book about the shit that she has done. Like not the stuff that I only know about because she did it to us like directly. It's the wildest shit ever. She is something else, dude.
Man, I cannot wait till I can't wait till the meetup because I don't know. You got stories. Dude, you're a good storyteller too.
Yeah, I'm a good storyteller because I exaggerate. I'm not exaggerating with any of this. Like this is like she is. Like, here's another one. Like, she hurt her back. Like, my grandparents, who decent sized money, paid like $6,000 for her to go to this prestigious nursing school where you can get done with your nursing program in like 8 months instead of 18 months. And it was a hospitality one, so she was going to work in the for an old folks home. So she did it, right? And she wasn't sober throughout it. She was doing drugs, but she completed it. And she went there, and then the first day said she hurt her back and was going to sue the hospital because she lifted an old man, said she hurt her back. She went and had fucking surgery, exploratory surgery, and they couldn't find nothing wrong just so she can get pills and shit. Went to court, and my uncle's a lawyer. He drove down to represent her. She already had another lawyer that my grandparents were paying for. They go to court, and they just get bamboozled because we were all going on her word of what said happened. This fucking place had cameras. They had proof. They had evidence. They had videos of her stealing pills. And we got laughed out of the fucking court. I couldn't believe it, dude. Like, we wasted so much money on that, dude. It was great. And time, too. I mean, I didn't waste money. I was just there supporting my sister. This was like one of the first things that really hit the road, and then everything went downhill after that. But yeah, she's wild, dude. She's wild. I haven't talked to her in many, many years, but the last I heard about her, she went and test drove a car and never returned it. So
damn.
Yeah, she wrecked it, never returned it, got pulled over, had like meth in the car. Yeah, it was like a whole fucking thing. We don't deal with it anymore. Like I know my mom can't deal with that shit with everything she's been through. And my grandparents for a while were helping her because they're so sweet and they're nice and they're not going to give up on their grandchild. But then my grandma was like, we can't do this anymore. This is nuts. We're 90 something years old. We can't be dealing with this shit. And so we've stopped having contact. Even though I do get calls every once in a while from like banks in like Utah, like, hey, is Julie Petrie there?
Oh, really?
And I'm like, no, this is her brother, but why do you have my number? It's like, oh, she took a loan out for us and put your number down. I went, fuck. All right. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, sis. And
some quality content right here, boys.
Yeah. And I gotta say to him, I'm like, listen, I know you probably heard this a million times, people dodging. Like, I do not talk to my sister. I have nothing to do with her. I gave her my number years ago because she said she was dying and needed a ride to the hospital, so I was gonna take her because I'm a human being. But that ended up being bullshit too. So I said, she just is putting my number down. She's still putting my parents' address down for like other things. They get mail all the time for her. Like, she's got like 4 different last names she uses. Like, she's.
Damn.
Yeah, she's a mess, dude. She's a mess. She is not good. Not good. But let's go to DFS, huh? We can have a separate podcast about everything.
How do I follow that?
Yeah, how do you follow that? That's right. And that's just one of my sisters. My other sister is not as bad, but she's done some shit.
Anyways, that's good content. I'm gonna try to follow it with
let's
quick
get some
DFS lineup.
People are watching for DFS, baby. Let's go.
Let's talk it, baby. First, if you don't know how it works, I'm using DraftKings. You get 6 fighters, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, you get 6 fighters. You get a $50,000 salary cap that you got to meet. Obviously, the fighters with the worst odds are going to be the cheapest, and the fighters with the best odds are going to be the most expensive.
Starting out, finish fights too. That's always fights with they'll always be the. Mm-hmm. Like the over unders at 1.5 and favored under 1.5 are always expensive, even if the fighters
big
time.
Even if they stink.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Starting out Stockton Zone 209 for one 5-round fight. Anytime you got a 5-round fight, that's literally like 40% more or 33% more action that you're going to get out of that. And then when you also put in the amount of significant strikes that Diaz has landed. Granted, you take away the Masvidal fight, that was kind of its own fight. I don't really know what to say about that. Who knows what would have happened beyond the third round. But his 4 fights, prior to that, he's got 114 significant strikes against Pettis, 166 against Conor, 77 against Conor, and a second-round finish, and then 153 against Michael Johnson. So of those 4 fights, he's averaging over 100 points. And for him to be 6,700, which he's actually the cheapest on the fucking slate.
Wow.
Give it to me. Because at this point, even if he loses and, let's say he gets finished in the 4th round, Nate's not going to get finished in the 1st or 2nd. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. Granted, the only concern, like we talked about on the Pick'em show, is just, how will that cut maintain? But
cuts, man.
Is that fight stackable, you think?
I think so. Absolutely. I'm not doing it. Well, I'm not doing it in this particular lineup that I'm saying, but I think that I will. But Leon Edwards is heavy expensive. He's actually the most expensive, just because of, the finishing potential that he has. And also his volume isn't touching Nate's volume though, if we're being honest. Like even you look at his RDA fight, when he went 5 rounds with RDA, he landed like 99 significant strikes, which is a lot in its own right. But if you're 9,400 and you're the most, that's not enough for me to want to pick you. Granted, I get it, Nate. When you're looking at value, when you're looking at potential volume that could come from that, Nate at 6,700 allows you to get some of the better guys, which leads me into my second pick. We're going Izzy. Izzy's a volume guy, and Izzy can get a finish done. Vittori's definitely durable. No one's slacking on that, but I really think Izzy's got a fire under his ass. He's got something to prove. Similar to how we did with Costa. Costa's a meathead. What we call Vittori? Jughead?
Blockhead.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a blockhead.
You can't describe any other way but a fucking blockhead. That's what he is.
Yeah, and that's what went dark there. Hold on. Gotta get my ring light back on. Shout out to my girl. Babe. There we go.
There, he looks good.
Izzy. Wow. What's up?
Now you look, it's a whole different light. We're seeing you in, but
yeah. Izzy at 9,300, I'm down to ride with that. I think he's gonna get it done possibly in the second round. Moving on, another 5-round fight. Figgy, another person, I think his volume's going to be crazy. His power's crazy. I think he's going to have something to prove as well, given that he did win the last fight, but the nut shot took it away. Mm-hmm. He's 9,100. So, again, because I took Nate at 6,700, his value was just clearly there. I'm able to take these guys like Izzy, Figgy. Also, I want to make a point. This is on DraftKings. DraftKings, you get significant amount more points for control time, whereas on FanDuel, it's the complete opposite. You get significant more points
defended,
for
right?
takedown defenses. Yeah, which brings me to this Lauren Murphy fight. I've got Lauren Murphy coming in at 8,000. She's coming in because she's going to. I think she's going to ragdoll Calderwood.
Yeah.
And I'm taking a note out of Brian's book on that. But she's 8,000, and if she can control her for 5 to 7 minutes of a 15-round fight, I don't think she's going to finish her. And if she does, then more points for me. But she's going to get some control time regardless. And 8,000. She's good enough, and the value's there. Fifth pick, our guy, Mr. Handsome, Drew Dober.
Ooh. You don't think he's handsome, though. You don't.
I don't. You do that, but I don't think he is.
You do that. I don't think
yeah. So I finally got them all figured out now. The three, fucking Jimmy Crute, Drew Dober, and Vittori, were all made in the same factory.
Okay.
You can't tell me otherwise.
Okay.
And then Brian was thrown in there too.
I was thrown there too. I'm Drew
Dober's
Dober's
the Minecraft factory.
Yeah, there you go.
The blockheads. Yeah, that's
with Dober though,
chin, dude. Like I've never seen him get hurt, and it's because his chin is this fucking big. Like that.
Even against Islam, he didn't. Wasn't hurt. He just couldn't withstand the wrestling. Riddle's not much of a wrestler. I think this is going to be a slugfest. Mm-hmm. And you look at Dober's 3 fights prior to the Islam fight, dude. Hernandez, Hakparast, and Reyes, all fucking first or second round knockouts. You're getting, averaging 100 points in each of those, and he's only 8,500.
Mm-hmm.
Book it.
Yeah, I like that.
And then my last fight. This is kind of you got to have your dark horses. I feel like, and
give it to me.
I don't want to say this is a dark horse per se, because I think Chase Hooper is a fucking dork bum little kid, but Stevie Peterson, man, like let's get a knockout. He had that beautiful fucking spinning back fist against Martin Bravo.
Yeah.
I think Chase Hooper is just fucking weak and not durable. I guess he is durable, but it's not a hard blueprint to beat this kid up. Just don't go to the ground with him and knock his fucking head off. Similar to Ben Askren, dude. It's the same fucking it's the same blueprint. Just don't let him grab you.
Don't let him
grab you. You could probably knock him out.
I got a question for you.
There. What's up?
So I'm just because I'm doing FanDuel. But so they only have the MVP format apparently. So if you were going to pick an MVP, you're like who? Okay.
Well, and my question is, because I can't remember it, and I might even play some FanDuel. I think I got like $10 up there. But is the MVP more expensive?
No, it doesn't. So it's 1.5 times points, but the salary stays the same.
He just responded interesting after your card there, Timbo. I think that's a good thing. It's an interesting.
We're gonna see.
I love your DFS breakdowns.
I think it's good. It's great.
I built a lineup while you were doing it.
Did you? Yeah, I went on FanDuel though with Izzy, man, because Izzy's gonna and that's where he's gonna definitely get some because I'm gonna have multiple lineups, as I said earlier, but Izzy's definitely gonna get some takedown defenses. And Calderwood might as well. So those are two. If I'm playing on FanDuel, I might kind of shift over and definitely have Izzy and my MVP. And maybe have some play of Calderwood as well. But I'm definitely going to be playing some Vittori as well in DraftKings in a couple of lineups. But this is I feel like this is like the best value. Especially with Nate, dude. Like, goddamn, show the man some respect. My God, 6,700, dude. You got him in there like he's fucking
He's $11 on FanDuel. It's like,
it's as cheap as it gets.
That's a good breakdown, especially for picking.
My guy.
Shout out.
Jacko.
Yeah.
This guy commented too. I don't know who this is. That's Handsome Man. Oh wait, that's mine. That's my own person.
Oh.
I did it because I wanted to see if the comments were working, and that's my one YouTube.
What are people commenting on?
They're commenting
what platform
on
is it? YouTube?
This is so the little logo right there says YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out. I'm gonna give that guy a follow.
Yeah.
Hey, StreamYard better start
showing up.
upping their game up, bro. StreamYard better start upping their game up because I might switch over to this Ecamm shit too because there's a lot of cool things that you
bro.
can do.
You got a Mac, dude. It's a little overwhelming because, like I said, there's so many windows open, but and I'm still very, very new to it. But there's like a million things you can do. I still gotta figure it out. But yeah. Shout out StreamYard though. StreamYard, you're doing all right. You're out there, babe. You're out there, Bo.
Hey, they put me. They got me going.
So Ecamm is owned by these brothers, right? So it's a small business out in California. They started it. Same thing with StreamYard. StreamYard is very small too. But have you guys ever seen Reno 911?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember
of course.
the one? Her name, one of the officers, the tall, dorky one, Trudy. She was dating the serial killer guy. Remember that guy?
Yeah,
the guy, the serial killer.
I do.
All dorky. The one brother looks exactly like him that runs Ecamm. He does like a monthly update of what's going on in the company. He looks exact and talks exactly like
I'm gonna find him and tell him that.
the serial killer from. Oh, I love the serial killer from. He shows up in the briefing meeting and the Dangle's looking at the thing. The picture of him looks exactly like that guy. That's a comedian. He's very funny on Instagram. He does this thing where he acts like an Italian guy and he gets really upset when his mom picks up things. Ma, what are you doing? Don't pick that up. Like sounds really stupid, but it's very funny. Speaking about funny, do you guys watch Bo Burnham at all? Do you like Bo Burnham?
I don't watch much comedy.
You don't watch much comedy?
Right? No, I don't really like it. I get enough from you.
Yeah, Bo Burnham is very funny. He does like musical stuff. He's funny. And then he just put out a thing. It got real for a guy that deals with anxiety and panic and stuff. Like he not locked himself, but he shot this all himself in his room. There's comedy bits and musical stuff. And then towards the end of it, his mental state, it was during quarantine, his mental state. So it kind of got serious. And when I first watched it, I'm like, I don't know if I want my comedy serious. But then I'm like, oh shit, this is because he has panic attacks on stage and he stopped performing for a couple years because of everything. And my stuff that I have is not nearly as bad as that. But yeah, that was pretty cool. It was cool. Check it out if you're into. He has a song called FaceTime with My Mom Tonight. It's very funny because it's.
What's his name? Bo Bowman?
Bo Burnham.
Burnham.
Yeah, last name Burnham. Yeah, he has a song, FaceTime with My Mom Tonight, which is basically the fucking same thing I go through with my mom every time I FaceTime her. Her thumb's over the camera. She's this fucking far away from the phone. Sometimes she's pointing it up to and I go, oh, hey, ceiling fan, I want to talk to you, not the fucking ceiling fan. She doesn't understand that there's a camera on her phone. And my mom also doesn't understand that she can bring this. She's so used to phones having cords on it. I'll FaceTime her and she'll call me back an hour later. She's like, sorry, I was downstairs. Take your fucking phone with you. What do you mean you're downstairs? Take it with you. You can take it anywhere. We left the house. She's like, oh, I don't. Why would I bring my phone? No one's gonna call me. I'm like, you're leaving the house. That's the whole idea of having a fucking cell phone. But we're actually gonna see Sebastian Maniscalco, who's probably one of my favorite stand-up comedians, the week before.
I'm gonna check him out. You told me about him.
Yeah. He's just got this bit where back in the day you used to be able to fight. He's like, hey, someone shoulders you at the club, you can fight them. Get a couple black guys. Now these MMA guys, and he does this whole bit about you can't fuck with anybody because you don't know what they know, and it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It is
cauliflower ears. Gotta watch out.
Cauliflower ears. These dudes are sharp. But look at this guy. I love the side profile here. These dudes are sharp AF. Side profile. Man, how long you let that beard grow? You just gonna let it go,
dude? I wanted to do it today. I just didn't have time. But Molly's gonna cut all of this off, so it's just gonna be a burn side. So my sideburns up into this. That's why that mustache is so thick. Damn. So I'm gonna take all of something like that.
Can I, as a guy who's not a fan of comedy, as you just said, why?
Why not?
Why
there
not?
You go.
That's a good answer.
All right.
I accept why not. I'll accept why not.
I'm married. It's
yeah,
yeah. If my wife thinks I look beautiful with a burn side and a mullet, then that's all that matters to me.
Yeah. Like I'm vain in some aspects. I think we all are, but I remember on our wedding day, my wife's bridesmaids, they all do hair like my wife does. So one came over to do my hair and I don't really know her all that well. And she goes, "You want to look at it?" I'm like, "No, I'm sure it's fine." And she was so confused to my wife. Like he didn't even want to look at it. Like he was just like, "Yeah, it's fine." My wife goes, "Yeah, that's what he does. He doesn't care." And I don't.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
It's done. It's like you don't tell a pilot.
You're a professional. If you think it looks good, it looks good. What do I know?
Yeah,
right?
you don't hop on a plane and tell a pilot how to commandeer it. You don't tell him how to fly it.
I actually do that.
Yeah.
I used to do flight simulators on Microsoft when I was a kid, so I actually do that. I tell a pilot, "Hey, bud, what altitude we out here today?" No, of course I don't do that.
Easy on the turbulence.
Yeah, I'd rather have that guy is where the guy that claps when you land, like, "Whoa, we landed!" Fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm a nervous flyer, so I'm like very happy when we safely land, but I ain't clapping for shit. Let me get off the plane. And by the way, you get off the plane in order. You know, the last time we were on, we flew to Disney World. Guy in the very back walking up. You know, we're all unbuckled. He's like, "Well," and it's like, "Buddy, like you're in the back, right? If you want to be the first one off, you know." And he's just like looking at people like, I gotta hurry. I got an emergency." And we're all like, "Okay, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'll wait."
I actually just so I'm going to Vegas in 2 weeks, and I bought my ticket there like weeks or like months ago, and then I didn't buy my ticket back because I was like, well, damn, like there was like not that many options, and there were like 2 options. I was like, didn't know which one I wanted to take, so there was a nonstop on the way home, which is rare from Vegas to Virginia, especially. I think I'm coming into Charlottesville, which is very convenient.
Yeah.
But I have the absolute last seat on the corner, the last window seat in the corner of the plane. And I was like, but I mean, fuck it, I'm right next to the bathroom, so I'm happy.
Right next to the bathroom. You got the corner seat. All you gotta do is like when the plane lands, just fucking be like, "All right, I'm gonna pop on fucking this video, let everyone get off."
Because I don't mind.
Yeah, you're public.
I don't have to deal with anybody behind me.
Right. I do that too. Like I love if I purchase tickets, well, you know, you can buy tickets to the movies now, and you buy tickets like to the UFC or whatever. I always like end seats because if I gotta get up, I hate if I'm in the middle and I gotta, you know, you gotta pick your poison which way to go, like at a baseball game or something. Sorry, you gotta tell people, you know, with kids and shit, they're always wanting to get something. So you always gotta go end for me. I like end, and being a bigger guy too. I don't want to be fucking jam packed next to somebody. And of course, the past 3 times I've flown, I got middle seat. So what are you gonna do?
Oh God.
Yeah. And the guy next to me pissed like 4 times. Like the guy in the window seat. It's like it's an hour and a half flight. Like, quit drinking water. Quit, dude. Like I'm sick of it. Like I can understand we're cross country flight, dude. It's fucking Orlando to Cincinnati. It was like 2 hours or whatever. Like, come on, dude. This is when I had to fly back from Disney.
Cross country, bro. I used to live in Alaska. I flew Anchorage to Atlanta, Seattle to Tokyo.
Jeez, the farthest I've ever flown was Vegas. I've never been to California.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, Vegas is the farthest.
Vegas has been my farthest. I didn't know how fucking far Alaska actually was from like U.S. Actually, granted it's U.S. obviously, but it's very far.
Mm-hmm.
It's like British Columbia.
Huge trip.
I bought a car in Washington and drove it, in Seattle, and drove it to Anchorage. It took 2.5 days, and that was nonstop driving.
Yeah. Yeah, people say that's a really beautiful drive, though. I don't think I'd ever want to do it.
Somebody else is driving, it'd be nice.
See, I have to drive. Like when I drive to Wilmington, it's like 11-hour drive. Dude, I just you get me behind that wheel, and I notice everything. I just zone out. I'm just like a fucking zombie. And all of a sudden,
Molly drives everywhere.
Really?
I'm always in the passenger seat. I get paid. I'm a professional driver. But
when I get home, my wife takes my truck now everywhere because she has a Jeep Cherokee and I got the new truck. So she likes to take that. Her excuse is, "Oh, the girls like it better." No, okay. You fill it up with gas and then you can take it. But we drove to Maine years ago and I had a Kia Soul, 15.5-hour drive for a wedding. Drove there, stayed in Connecticut, and then did the final trip. But on the way home, since the wedding was on Sunday night, we had to get back. I had to work on Tuesday. She had to work on Tuesday. So we had to drive all of it on Monday. And
oh God.
I didn't stop. We didn't switch. We didn't do anything. I did it the whole way. And then got home at like 11:30 at night and woke up at 5 a.m. and went and drove the next day. I like to tell that story because it makes me seem fucking tough, dude. That's
Nate Diaz's heart right there, brother.
That's a tough trip. What's funny is we were in Youngstown, Ohio, which is it's a shitty little town in Ohio, northern Ohio. It's about 4.5 hours away from Cincinnati. We stopped to get gas, and wife went in to change her contacts because she was going to drive. And she only had one pair, and I don't know anything about contacts, but the one folded. So, like, her eyes were, like, fucked up. She's like, I can drive. Like, she had glasses, but I'm like, nope, fuck it. Let's go. We're going. We're making this.
It just happened to me, actually. If you can't, one of my, I think this eye here is actually kind of swollen because that actually just happened to me like 2 days ago. It's not fun.
I can't do it. I'm supposed to wear glasses. I can't.
Get LASIK. It's the best money I ever spent in my whole life.
My wife wants
I'm going to.
I get a little scared stuff around my eyes, though, man.
Likewise, yeah.
Laser in your eyes, you're like, fuck it, huh? Fuck it.
They put cocaine in your, actually, they put cocaine in your eyes to numb it, and then they do it. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Did you have any luck with those Quaaludes I asked you to find me?
Oh, I haven't checked yet. Yeah. Let me look into it.
Have you guys actually ever been to the dark web? I don't even know what it is.
No, I'm scared.
I don't know if I want to. Can we move this to the group chat?
Yes. Yeah. That's a fucking yes. I saw a video. It popped up, like you go down YouTube rabbit holes. It popped up of a guy showing you how to go to the dark web. And it was like 1,000,000 steps. I'm like, what the fuck? No, I don't want to do any of this.
Yeah, you need an onion.
Buy a burner laptop and get there or something.
It's recommended.
Like .com, it's like .com
onion.
with 2 M's. That's the dark web. I don't know.
It's .onion.
.onion. Is that the dark web? .onion? Oof.
Is it really?
I don't want any
.onion.
I don't want any part of the dark web. Capital One sent me a thing a year ago saying my email is found in the dark web. I said, why? I'm not on that. Why is that? And I had to change my passwords.
I just got my reminder. This is when I have to start submitting all those Lock of the Night challenge plays and those sort of things. Yep. So boys,
do it live on air. Do it live on air.
I already submitted mine. I got to do Molly's. I got to submit. What's my play?
Yeah.
It's what I told you, actually. It's except for I said starts around 2 because I can do anything on best fight odds. So it's Edwards and then Hill Craig under 2.5, and then Peony Davis to start round 2. And I believe it came in at -109.
Okay.
Run it, baby.
Run that.
And I am up 132 units for all the listeners out there.
Monster.
So tail that bet.
When is that? Is
Sharp, baby.
I know it's like over. He does it over a certain period of events. Is this like your?
There's 2 weeks left after this.
2 weeks
There's
left. And how much
3.
you win if you win the whole thing?
I'm at the $100 one. I'm like in like 50th place, but the $25 one I'm in first. So I think I win like $1,200 or something like that.
Hey,
Running. I'm gonna do that shit. Tell your boy Locke. Fucking bet the best is on his way.
He's been trying to get me. Kristen's been trying to get me to do it. I'm stubborn. I don't like new things, man.
And there's the Dog of the Night challenge. It's just 10 weeks, so you just have to you can pick a over under that's a plus money. Molly does them, yeah.
Is she in the one with you too?
She does. She runs a $100 one now, and I just do the $25 one. But I fucked her over early in the year when I submitted a place she didn't want, so it's not her fault. She's been behind. And then, so my mom does the $100 dog challenge. The Lock one is too complicated. Because she doesn't even do over under. She just picks dogs.
Right.
But I got second in the Dog of the Night challenge, the last one, actually.
There you go, man.
So
you're
that's all my Twitter followers are you guys and those people.
Yeah. Dude, Twitter's so hard to get followers, man. Like, I'll have an event.
It's not, dude. It's not at all.
I follow everyone that follows me. I follow them back. I've been getting a couple good ones lately, but man, dude, like I'll go and I'll like people's tweets and I'll do all this. Like, first off, I hate to be a hater out there, but there's some accounts, and I'm not going to name names because I'm a gentleman, where they'll have 10, 12,000 followers and no engagement. And it's like,
oh, dude, bet the best.
Well, you have 10,000 followers?
No, we have 1,000 though, and I'm getting like 3 likes a pop.
Yeah, so it's like the difference between organic. It's like organic, natural growth, where these are real people, or it's like you just want like big numbers, and then real people will come to you that way. It's just 2 different strategies. I mean, listen, of growth.
Let's pull the curtain back. I've thought about buying followers before.
It'll take you.
I've looked at it. And my wife has like 10,000 followers on Instagram with her shop and stuff. She's killing it, and she's thought about it too. And I told her, no, don't do it because it's not organic. They're not going to buy your shit. You want followers because her whole thing.
The algorithm knows,
right?
The algorithm knows what is real. And then
of course I'm sitting there. This is when I was at
Mm-hmm.
like 100 followers, you know, and I'm like, man, it'd be real nice to like have a couple thousand right now, right? And I looked into it, and I just go, no, it's just not worth it. It's just, and it was expensive too. I'm like, fuck you. Like they're like, all right, it's $40 for 500 followers, and then it's like more money if you want those followers to like your shit or if you want them to comment or whatever. And it's just literally these farms of phones of people on phones just following you and stuff. And I'm like, I can't do that. I couldn't.
Dude, just the growth from you doing that one show, just like it's like, you know, it's like there's like this little like, because I have notifications on for both of you guys, and it's like just seeing like, oh, like there's these people I've never, all of a sudden, like, you know, it's 8 likes instead of 2 or
right. What's cool now is like I have 229 followers, and every follower I have, I feel like they're engaging me in some way, right? Like that web partners that commented on Christian about what you said, my wife's an accountant, so I'm good at math. Like that's the first time they've ever commented, but I love that. Like I didn't even know, like I'm following them. I don't know who they are, but that's sick. This guy,
like, how do they see it? Like, and it's like, oh shit, like there's people are actually like genuinely like people we don't know, like watching.
Right. I gotta shout this guy out. He just started following me. I don't think he's watching, but his name's Josh Silverberg. And he followed me. I was like, I feel like I do know a Silverberg. And I was like, is that the guy I know? So I clicked on his profile. I don't. He's just an MMA fan. And the first tweet I read was, Alan Patrick, you just disgrace the sport of MMA. You fucking disgusting bum. I'm like, I like this guy. This guy's in. This guy's in. This
sounds like me at about 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's in. I like this guy. He's in. He's in. But I feel like sometimes, like if I go on like on a heater an event, I'll send out like a funny tweet during an event and I'll tag it #UFC whatever, and I'll get like 15 likes or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. No new followers. And I feel like on Twitter, someone might click my profile and see I only had like 100 and be like, it's not worth it. This guy's a nobody. You know what I mean? That's why sometimes I feel like
little do they know,
right? I feel like over 1,000 is like the number where you're going to get a little respect. So I'm a long.
Well, that's where you can monetize. That's on YouTube. That's what you need to monetize is
1,000 followers.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I heard that.
I think you're right.
Locke was saying somebody because this dude just like out. He just said it. He's like, I like have 940 followers. I need 1,000 to monetize.
Yeah,
so
right,
like, give me a push.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm almost there, dude. I got 59. So the guy Jocko, shout out Jocko, the guy who has been hitting us up. He just started following me, subscribed, whatever you call it, on YouTube. So shout out Jocko. My God. But it's a
follow.
Slow burn. I don't get too obsessed with numbers and shit. I get obsessed with guys that follow me. And then I follow them back because that's what I do. I'm a fucking gentleman, unless you're a Russian bot or one of those chicks. It's like, hey, click this link for my picture. It's like, nah, I don't need to see that shit, right? But I'll follow you and then you don't follow me back. I'm calling you out. Or no. You follow me, I follow you back, and then you drop me to push your numbers up. I'm calling you out every time. That's what I do. I go through my list and I keep an eye on a little bit, and I'll go through who I'm following. And if they're not following me back, I go, what the fuck is that? Who's this guy? Like who? Why did I follow him? I would have never followed him if he didn't follow me, and he dropped me because I said something he didn't like, or he's just trying to push his numbers. But it's just, social media. It's funny. It's just like it's such a weird game. Like I remember on Instagram, like my wife makes hair bows and like baby accessories, and she's killing it, making a ton of money. She gets blocked by other women that are in the same field as her because they think she's copying the designs or whatever. Like my wife is such a little sweet woman that she's so creative, and this other girl stepped up and started doing the same thing my wife kind of did. There's only so much that you can do with fucking felt, right? And everyone's gonna have bows and flowers and stuff. And my wife goes, "Oh, check this girl out," and she pulls up her phone, and her Instagram profile wouldn't load. She's like, "That's weird." I was like, "Hang on a second." I go and check mine, and it loaded on mine. It's like, "Damn, she blocked you." And my wife's like, "What?" Like my wife looked like she was in tears. So she gets on my phone to check her out to see if she's talking shit or whatever. I'm like, this is more cutthroat than what I got going on. I'm talking shit about fighters and we're all competitive gamblers and this, and you're making hair bows for babies and you got more beef in the streets than I do. I was like, shit, I need to start calling some people out. I need to start fucking up in my rep. You know what I mean? But it's funny, dude, how sensitive people are and how crazy like numbers are. I remember Twitter was going to do away with followers. They were like, oh, we're not going to show likes and we're not going to show followers.
Instagram just added the how many likes back on. Like I noticed within the last couple of weeks.
Really?
I only log on like once a week.
Yeah,
it's like you have the option to.
Oh.
So it's like you have the option to view that or whatever.
I've got to shout out my beautiful girlfriend Ashley real quick.
Yep.
So I'm supposed to be running errands with her, and I said, of course, I'm going to go do this podcast with my boys. And I expected that she already left me.
Sure.
Because we like have gone on for an hour and a half now, which is all good.
Yeah.
And I texted her. I said, "You still here?"
Hey, pussy, still. Shout out Ashley. Ashley Jackson.
Shout out
right?
Don Jones. Ashley Jackson.
Yeah.
Ashley
Hey, pussy, still there. That's the most savage MMA moment. It's up there.
Absolutely.
It's
And
one.
when I saw
but yeah,
that,
we got it. They were cutting us off at 2:30, but you close it out.
Who's cutting us off at 2:30? Wait, is it 2:30?
Oh, I think. Oh yeah, it's 2:30 my time.
Okay, it's 4:30. We can end it right now. We're just gabbing right now. We went over all the fights. We got our bets in. We're good to go. We're just gabbing. My kids left, so I'm just like when I'm
John Jones, the most savage line of all time, though, easily.
What are you showing us, Christian?
Oh fuck, that's not what I wanted.
I'll go solo here. 10 minutes, huh? Malls. Sorry, Molly. We went long. Okay. My sister's fucked up. I got everyone distracted. She's a crazy person. Okay. Oh, headphones just went out.
Oh.
All right. We'll let you guys go back to your ladies. And this was fun. I like doing this day of card. It's nice because my wife used to work every Saturday, so I wasn't able to do it. But now we can do it. Hey. And yeah, I'm excited for the fights tonight. I think we got about an hour and a half. Yeah, dude. Right? 6 o'clock prelims, hour and a half.
Yep.
I got the first fight. I got Felipe here. Fucking ready to go. First fight of the night, first bet of the night. Jimmo showing him off. Christian, look at this guy.
I got Collier.
You got Collier, yeah. Your AC still busted?
There's some like I don't even know what it is. Some flux capacitor. You know, it's
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I love
I don't know.
I'm not like I can fix some things. Last little story here, but I love when I have someone come over to my house like to fix something, and I feel like I got to be like with them. So like we had an electric problem, we got a new dishwasher, and I'm like sitting there going, yeah, what? And he goes, yeah, he's saying all these things about the wires. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. I fucking no idea. I was gonna be on the couch on my phone, but like I feel like it's my duty as a man to like stand over him and be like, yep, cool. All right, thank you, boys. This is fun. Follow all these boys. Let me put their things up here on Twitter. Boom. Let's get them going here. Temptation and at the bet the best 3. He's killing the basketball game. Are you gonna? Last question. Sorry, I like talking to you guys. Are you when basketball's over? Are you pivoting to like MLB? Do you give MLB picks out?
Football.
So you go right to from basketball to football. Okay.
Yeah.
Because baseball to me seems so hard to bet. There's too many games to track to me.
I wouldn't dare do my follows. Well, all like 5 people that follow us. Shout out to Jakers.
Hey,
always shout out to Jakers.
Hey, Jakers, you don't follow me, man. I can't shout you out, man.
Wait, is Jakers in the chat?
No. I was
just
like, thinking of people that actually follow us.
He's my across the street neighbor.
That's your across the street neighbor. Well, hey, Jakers, why don't you go and follow MMA Takes, and I can give you a little bit of love too, my man. But right now, you're dead to me. Dead!
You're dead.
All right. See you, boys.
Peace.
This was the best.
The best.